Um, let's go ahead and enjoy some meditation this morning. No guidance. I will just cue us at 15 minutes and we'll come up and out. Have a lovely meditation, everybody. Now, very gently and very gradually, please allow your consciousness to become less absorbed as you start to arise from meditation. We dedicate all of the merit from this morning's meditation to world peace. May all beings without exception have an abundance of pure air and water, delicious, nutritious food, safe, warm, dry, reliable, affordable shelter, and comfortable, functional, attractive clothing. With everyone's basic needs met, may we all progress on wisdom paths that lead to complete liberation from suffering. Completely fill up your belly and lungs with air, and when you're ready, you can open your eyes and bring your meditation to an end. Welcome back, everyone. I had to change the angle of my camera, seeing that it fell off the computer. I have to keep reminding myself Mercury's in retrograde. So, anyways, welcome back. That meditation on the inner body, I find the body to be such a sanctuary. I really do, a sanctuary that I'm able to enjoy through the inner body meditation. I mean, right here, all the time, always available is this body. And within it, through the practice, I always have at my access quiet stillness. There is insight there. There is mystery. There's spaciousness. And there is wisdom. There's wisdom to be had within the body. All available all the time, no cost. Can't be more accessible than the body, right? Don't have to go anywhere for it. I'll bring on Friday's class a short poem from a Mahasiddha whose name is Saraha. Mahasiddha is a Sanskrit word. Siddha, Siddha, means realization. Maha means great. Mahasiddha means one of great realization. And Saraha lived in, I think, the 11th century, 10th century, something like that. Anyways, he sums up the beauty and the intrigue and the accessibility and the mystery of the body in that short poem. So I'll bring that on Friday. So on we go with our Lojong training, training the mind. And just to summarize, to connect the dots once again, all of our suffering comes from this confused notion of self and other. Self is an illusion. So to the extent that we can awaken from this illusion of self, all of our suffering will cease. If there's no self there to experience suffering, no intrinsic or inherent self that we typically identify with, then who or what is there to experience suffering? Not saying that there's nothing there. We're just saying that, as my teacher Geshe Kelsang says, the self that we normally identify with doesn't exist. It's a made-up idea. If awakening to the illusion of self is our way out of suffering, then it makes sense for us to do a deeper dive into the self and kind of do whatever is necessary, apply all sorts of tools and practices toward awakening, to awakening from that illusory self. And that is a big focal point of the Lojong trainings. And the first step in the Lojong training is overcoming what my teacher calls self-cherishing. Every class so far that we've been talking about self-cherishing or talking about the Lojong, I have pointed out that self-cherishing might be kind of an objectionable term. If it is, feel free to substitute the expression self-importance. Self-importance, feeling like I am the center of the universe, and everything that happens in the world has relevance as it relates to me and my situation and my experience. So from here on out, I'm probably just going to refer to it as self-cherishing so that I don't spend lots more time offering the synonym of self-importance, but just know that those two mean the same thing: self-cherishing, self-importance. So the first step, and perhaps the most powerful step toward overcoming self-cherishing, or let's just say doing something about self-cherishing, is to change the object of our cherishing from ourself to others. Instead of making ourselves the focal point of our world, how about making others the focal point of the world? I'm one, whereas others are countless. What are there these days? 7.8 billion human beings in the world? Something like that. Add in the non-human beings, the insects, the birds, the animals, all the critters. I say affectionately, the critters. The countless beings out there who are just as concerned with being happy and free of suffering as I am. So how much sense does it make for me to apply all of my attention, all of my energy, all of my freaking out about things not going the way I think they should, as it all relates to me? How much sense does it make when there are billions and billions and billions of other beings out there to whom I can direct my concern and attention? Just the numbers by themselves are pretty compelling. So at this point, a common objection, or at least it was for me when I first learned about this practice of changing the object of cherishing from myself to others, kind of the question that came up for me anyways when I first heard this proposition was, yeah, cherishing others, it makes a lot of sense, and it's something that I could get on board with if others were only a little bit more cherishable. The problem is that people get on my nerves, and they don't act the way I want them to, and they have messed up values, and on the rest, I'm such a genius. My thinking mind is such a genius when it comes to identifying the faults of others, right? So fortunately, the Lojong teachings have some suggestions in this regard, the way that we can come to regard others as being more cherishable and deserving of cherishing, and more precious and more lovable. Make them more lovable. And one is to, and the simplest, perhaps the most powerful, is to develop appreciation, gratitude for the kindness of others, to develop an appreciation for the kindness of other beings around us. And the ways that others are kind to us are limited. Our recognition of the ways that others are kind to us are limited only by our imagination. Everything that I know how to do, I learned from someone else. Everyone. I know how to read and write due to the kindness of others. I know how to eat, how to clothe myself, how to earn a living, how to ride a bicycle, how to drive a car, how to meditate, how to help others learn how to meditate. Everything I have learned, everything that I'm able to do, I've learned from others. And that just by itself demonstrates the amazing kindness of others. You know, my thinking mind engaged in a pretty interesting and amusing exercise when I examined, is that really true? Is there really nothing that I learned how to do myself? And the answer is yes. I did. I am able to do something that nobody else taught me how to do, and that's poop. I learned how to poop by myself. I didn't need anybody else to show me. Isn't that impressive? Right? And I might also think, well, you know, others are kind in teaching me how to do all of these things. But actually, I'm of above average intelligence. I'm a pretty quick study, you know, so I'm able to pick this stuff up on my own. To the extent that that's true or not, and I'm being playful here, to the extent that we regard ourselves as being quick studies, a bit further up the curve than most people, we didn't have anything to do with that. That's a function of the gene pool that we came from. So can't even take credit for the intelligence that we have. Going further, looking at the conveniences that we have, food, clothing, transportation, roads, communication devices, everything, all of the modern conveniences that we enjoy them due principally to the kindness of others. There are some people here who have green thumbs. I'm not one of them, who might be able to grow some of their own food. I know that if left to my own devices, if I had to provide my own food, everything I eat, including dietary supplements, you know, if I had to make my own clothes, if I had to create my own shelter, if I had to provide my own water, I mean, it's very clear I wouldn't be here right now. You know, I would have died of countless different causes a long time ago. Yet I enjoy all of these conveniences with very little, no effort on my part, really. I show up in the morning and turn on a tap, and voila, I have water. Basically, my job is to show up. and things are so convenient for me because of the kindness of others. Kindness, people I don't even know, never met, just overwhelming how kind it is. And through contemplating the kindness of others, we can come to appreciate them. And through appreciation can come cherishing them. And cherishing them maybe a little bit more than I have heretofore cherished myself. So a very beautiful, very, very precious first Lojong teaching. I find not the teaching, the ideas, the principle of the teaching is very, very beautiful. And I'm always inspired by it whenever I recall it and put it into practice. So, okay, you guys, 9 o'clock. Thank you for being here. I so appreciate you guys being here. In my gratitude journal, I made an entry for my gratitude for our Monday morning Sangha. So Sangha meaning spiritual community. So thank you for being here. Have a blessed day, a blessed week. Hope to see you on Friday. Okay.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thank you, Jeff.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff. Namaste.